Hello! I have put on a pretty dress to put me in the mood and I am ready for planning. I am so excited to be actually planning month 2. I think I did not properly plan month 1. I kind of went about it a little bit chaotically. So I'm going to take the opposite approach with August. I am going to try and properly plan what I am doing, what I am reading to an extent, I guess. I'm going to plan out all of the previous Illumicrate books I want to read. If you haven't watched my videos before, as part of my TBR 0 project, I'm also at the moment trying to read all of my previous year's Illumicrate books. So I have been a subscriber to Illumicrate from the very beginning. I have all of their initially quarterly and then monthly boxes. Well, I switched earlier this year to being book only, so I don't get the full boxes anymore, but I get the books. And my friend Debbie, who incidentally works for Illumicrate, none of this is incidental. I'm friends with various Illumicrate people. Debbie suggested that I read all of the previous year's books for that month in each month, and then I will catch up with everything. And I just fell in love with this idea. It is both easy and challenging depending on what month it is. So some months, because they didn't have quarterly boxes, there's only a couple of years worth of like monthly books, but the months where the quarters used to fall, those are a lot, and August is one of those months that used to be when the quarterly box came out. So I have quite a lot of books on the list for this month, so it's going to be more challenging Illumicrate wise than last month, but I will be only reading one book that I had to carry over from July, Seven Devils, because I didn't finish it in July, and then the rest is all August books, whereas in July I had the kind of mental load, I guess, of also reading June books during July, because I did not read June books in June. So yeah, I am going to be trying to read a bunch of August past books from Illumicrate, but that is really the main thing I want to plan. I also have vague ideas that once I finish those, I will read a bunch of contemporary middle grade and YA, because in August I always get this kind of back to school prep feeling, and that makes me want to read contemporary YA, and I have a few middle grades as well. I guess they're sort of magical, like urban / rural fantasy middle grades, but yeah, I'm not going to plan those, but I'm going to try and like have it in my mind. And I am going to be on holiday for a couple of weeks this month, so in this video I want to also pick out the books for then, and I am going to, I do think it would be nice to take those kind of paperbacks, contemporary YA middle grade books with me on holiday, but I'm not going to like definitively say these are the books I'm going to read, because I should just pick out a couple of those, take my Nook with me to read some of my ebooks, and save room in my suitcase for things like clothes and toiletries and things that you have to take on holiday with you, rather than planning out a load of books. But we'll see when I actually pack if there's room for any more, because if there's space I will take more books. I'm a bookworm, I can't help it, that's just who I am. But yeah, and when I'm just kind of around the house, it would be nice to also kind of have some idea of what I've got to read. I'm going to have a look at that, but I am not going to kind of plan. I'm going to pick out a couple of things which I want to take with me to read on holiday, but otherwise I'm just going to sort of remind myself of what's there, so it's in my head and I can think about the books and I can like develop kind of anticipation of reading them, because I think that's really important for motivation, to anticipate what's coming up, what you're going to get excited about and all of that. So yeah, first of all, let's have a look at the list in my planner. So here we have my reading plan list. So Seven Devils is a previous July Illumicrate book. Wonder Woman, Catwoman, The Space Between Worlds, Babel and Nixia are all previous August Illuminated Great books. So Wonder Woman Catwoman is not the full title of the books. It's just that the full title would not fit here in my planner, so I haven't written it out. But I know what I mean. The Sun and the Void is the July 2023 Illuminated Great book, which I'm currently partway through because of the read along. I'm not sure when I'll finish that in the month, so I just put it at the end. So this is everything I kind of want to prioritise, and then paperbacks, the paperback YA and middle grade books, as I pick them out, I'll pop them on there as I start reading them. And let's see how I go. So first of all, I need to dig out all of these Illuminated books. Look at the mess, which is my shelf. It is terrible. My bookshelves are a total realm of chaos. A couple of the kind of box things are organised, but not really the rest. So it may take me a little while to find all the books that I want. But let's see. Let us see. Okay, so this is the situation, right? Apart from Seven Devils, which I've already started, for this month I have 3 hardbacks to read. Catwoman Soul Stealer, The Space Between Worlds, and last but not least, Babel. I cry at how amazing. I cry at how amazing this edition is. Or Babel. I think someone told me it's both. Somehow at the same time. But yeah, so that's the hardback situation, which isn't that many. Because 2 of the Illuminated books I've got to read are paperbacks. So there's this proof copy of Nixia, which was in the 2017, thank you, box as like a bonus extra book. And then Wonder Woman Warbringer. Yeah, so a side note, I've never read a Leigh Bardugo or Sarah J. Maas book, so this will be an interesting first. Reading them doing like tie-in properties, and they're both being DC. And you know what? When these were in the Illuminated books, I couldn't really have got much out of them because I hadn't seen a Wonder Woman film or knew anything about Catwoman. But now I have seen the first good Wonder Woman film of the 2 recent ones, and I have also watched a bunch of the Harley Quinn cartoon, so I feel more interested in these characters now, so that's something. You know, waiting can sometimes pay off. So I figure that I can have these paperbacks as possible holiday reads. If I don't find myself really drawn in by something else on my shelves. But then I also picked out Vivi Conway and the Sword of Legend, because there's stuff to do with Wales in here. And I'm going to Wales. So it seems appropriate and perfect to read on the journey because it's a middle grade book. And I think that would be really fun. Although I'm told there's some lovely scenery out of the train. So yeah, hopefully I'll be enjoying that as well as reading. Oh, my voice is really suffering. My post-COVID voice still. And then we have Howl's Moving Castle, which I also thought would be fun to read. And I have this really, really beat up copy that I've been meaning to pick up and read for absolutely ages. So it wasn't even on the shelves with the upper books. It was just shelved on a pile because I actually picked it out last month thinking I might get around to reading it. Oh no. Whenever I do that, it doesn't happen. So I'm going to say that these 2 are definite holiday reads, and then depending on how I'm getting on before I go on holiday, then I might take the other 2 as well. We'll see. 4 books for 1 week of holiday is too much because I'll also take my Nookers back up. So I will probably take either Wonder Woman Warbringer or Nixia. Not both, but we'll see. So that is the plan. That is the plan for this month. I'm going to stack up all the Illuminated books by my desk, which I did last month, in order to really get myself to remember that they're there and focus on them. I have tried before having a TBR by my bed, but actually by my desk makes a lot more sense because I'm looking at it a lot because I'm there working for 7 hours a day most days, so I can see that I've got this pile of books there and it makes me want to read them. So yeah, there we go. That is the plan for this month. Let's see how I get on. If you would, in fact, like to see how I get on. Oh, I forgot to put in the frame The Sun and the Void, which is, of course, the current Illumicrate read-along book, which I'm already partway through. That is actually, like, the read-along is ending while I'm on holiday. And I cannot take that massive, beautiful hardback book on holiday with me. So I'm actually going to try and finish the read-along early and like double up on some of the days this week to get it read. But we'll see. We'll see. It may be pure chaos and I may end up reading it when I come back from holiday and finishing it late. But I am optimistic. There we go. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I'm really excited to read all of these books. Wish me luck. Hopefully I won't need it because I've got time off this month. If nothing else, I have like a whole week of like staycation time at the end of the month. And all I plan to do so far is write, read and see a couple of friends, so hopefully I can get some more of these done and some more books besides. In my absolute dreams I finish this all partly through the month and have to do like a second planning video but we'll see. I can always get started on next month's Illumicrate books, which may be an interesting one because next month I want to start reading like spooky books. So yeah, but I'm gonna think YA contemporary because I've got so many of those to read and it's really easy to give them away because local schools love them. So I'm going to try and focus on that when I've done my Illumicrate, but if I stray into the spooky realm, then yeah. What is it people keep referring to? Summerween? Yeah. Summerween vibes, oh dear. Anyway, I've rambled for long enough, so I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to find out how my month goes, then subscribe to this channel to see my reading vlog when it gets posted. And you'll see me again then. Thank you again. And let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books, if you're doing a TBR 0 project, because I'm really, really keen to follow more people who are doing that kind of thing, whether you're on YouTube or you're doing it on Instagram or another social media platform. Please let me know. Bye.